Hey guys, my name's Allie Rogers, Associate Head Coach at Fort Lauderdale United FC. I'm excited that you guys have joined us. I'm here with
I'm Nikki Hames. I'm from South Florida, so born and raised here.
Hometown Hero.
Yes, I love it here. I currently work with youth doing youth athletic development and speed and agility injury prevention training, and I still play. I currently play beach soccer now, so
Growing the game and still playing. I love it.
Yes.
Love. I'm Delaney Lindahl. I currently play for FTL UTD, and I'm a defender here.
Delaney, give us a little info about you and then why FTL UTD.
Great. I'm from Southern California, born and raised, and then I went to college here in the U.S., and then I went and played abroad for 2 years in both Australia and Romania. And then
Give me soccer aside. What'd you like
my life.
about Australia? No. Yeah, give me some of this.
I loved Australia, to be
Okay.
so honest with you. They are the chillest people ever, which, like, coming from the U.S.
Yeah.
was crazy. Go here. Have no chill here.
Yeah.
And I just love, they're also nice to each other. Like, there was multiple times, I'd look lost or something, and everyone would just be like, do you need some help?
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's a
also
lot.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I played in Romania as well, and it was like a culture shock at first for sure, just
bet.
coming
I
from
bet.
here and then Australia. But it was such a good learning opportunity. I learned so much about the world, myself, adapting my own, limits and barriers, and
Yeah.
I feel like it was such an important developmental stage for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was like the most like similar thing on the field?
On the field, it's a good question.
Or different?
There's a lot of things. I think the difference would be the language barrier.
I would say don't say language.
I know. I'm so sorry. It's such a cop out, but obviously that was very different. Even I found myself at training yesterday. I was saying "man on," and you're in a rush and you really want to tell them,
Yeah.
and I said it in Romanian.
Did you?
Yes, I was like "vine, vine, vine," and I was like, "What are you saying?"
So you just came from there then?
yes.
Okay, yeah. I still use languages and words from Sweden, and it's been like 5-6 years.
It's really when you get
Yeah,
into
you
that
pick it up.
that pinch of it, and you're
Yeah.
really trying to tell them with the urgency. It just happens sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It does. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that they knew though, because I feel like when you're saying anything with urgency, you're like, someone's got to be
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
language.
Language. Soccer is one language.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say that the soccer is one language, and that was the thing that was easy, like to be applied through everything. That was keeping me.
Okay, so what are you most excited now that you're playing in the States?
That's such a big question. I'm just excited to be back here to bring the things that I've learned from being abroad, and mostly I'm just excited after meeting this team to play with this team, because this team.
Give me specifics. Go deeper.
Okay. There's a culture and an energy here to win, and I feel like a chip on our shoulder already that I love.
Yeah.
Very important.
We all have this same desire to just like, we're gonna win. We're gonna find a way, and we're gonna win
Yeah.
something, and that feels really exciting to delve
absolutely.
into. Yeah,
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And I think that it's bigger than us and it's bigger than this team, and this league
Yeah.
is exactly like the opportunities that women deserve. Honestly.
I could not agree more. That was another thing about playing in America that I was excited for, was there's way too much talent in the college game to be sending girls abroad
Absolutely.
24/7. And like, those girls want to come home, and now this new league is going to give them a place to play, and we're all going to prove why they should have kept us here the whole time.
Absolutely.
Which
And
I think is important.
And we're going to be the trailblazers of that, and people are
Yeah.
going to want to come to Fort Lauderdale just
Yeah,
for that reason.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. The facilities here, the coaching staff, the players, you guys are really setting us up with an opportunity to perform the way that we are expecting ourselves to perform.
I love that. I just got the chills. Like I was just like taking it in for a second, and I was like, the
like,
exact
"Oh, yeah,
reason why I
waiting to
coach. Yeah. No, I literally love that. Like that just motivated me to like be better. Like this is why I coach, for players like exactly like you and
Yeah.
exactly everyone that's kind of a part of our team.
Yeah.
Like it motivates me to be better each and every day.
Well, your energy for us is also contagious. Every day at training,
Your
you're out there and
energy.
you're like, we're all our energy.
Yeah,
It's the team
absolutely.
energy, because we're all excited to be there
Yeah.
every day. Every day, everyone's like, raw, competing.
yeah.
Let's go.
I told you that comes from you guys. That is huge. And you guys did such a great job of the players you brought in. Like looking from the outside in, I haven't even met half of you guys yet, and the energy is insane. So the fact that they were able to recognize that, like recognize the talent, but recognize the individuals and the emotional energy and the person that you guys are is huge.
I'm so glad that that's
awesome.
like tangible and coming across on screen, because
Yeah, absolutely.
it should be shared. I want people to see this. We want people to watch us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that we're a team to watch because of that. Like
And we're
so many
entertaining.
reasons. We're fun. Yeah, we're funny.
We're funny.
Yeah. We're fun and we're funny and we're good.
We're talented.
And we're ballers.
Yeah.
And you guys are
And we'll
ballers,
show
so-
you.
We will dance against robots. Shay has already showed us. And we also will win
did see
games.
that.
So you got everything here.
So when you guys score, you will see them dance.
Oh, yeah.
against
We already
robots.
have our goal cellies being lined up. We're ready to go. Yeah.
The best part.
Yeah.
Let's dive into your game a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So what makes you special?
I think
And this can be holistically. Like
Holis-
it doesn't need to be technical, tactically. It doesn't, because there's so much more than that.
Okay. I do think the thing that makes me the most special is on the inside, like my personality and my drive to be better every day and to truly get the absolute best out of myself is my biggest strength, I would say.
It's huge.
And I think that comes across in many different ways. As we've spoken about, fitness is, I think, an easily seen way.
We were talking about that. It's definitely controllable. And
Yes.
just from day one,
Yeah.
obviously I could tell that you took a massive pride into it. And I
Yeah.
think that's what makes you the player that you are. You have a great technical base, but also you can last.
Yeah.
And you can last a long, long time.
Yeah, I think I take a lot of pride in being reliable, not only in soccer, in every facet of my life, but I think, yeah, like this is a controllable thing that I can come into it with. I think it's also my way of saying, I respect this. I'm ready. This is my job.
Yeah.
And this is what I know that
This
I can
is
do
your
that I-
job.
to
You
came
raise
in
the
prepared.
Yeah,
level.
I would say, how cool is that?
Yeah.
This is your job.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
but let's talk about mindset within that. Like, have you always been kind of wired this way, where fitness is a controllable, and then you wanted to be the most fit on the team?
With fitness specifically, I have to be honest and say no.
Yeah, be honest. I love it. I love it.
We like
usually
honesty.
it's never yes until something happens, and you're like, okay, this could flip the switch.
I had to learn the hard way.
So talk about it.
Yeah, I had an injury when I was like 12. I think I sprained my ankle or something, but I was out for a few weeks and then came back and my spot had been taken. And
Ruthless. This 13-year-old
My
team.
God.
I'm telling you, winners from the beginning.
Absolutely.
I've been in a competitive environment my
Yeah,
whole
all right,
life.
good.
But yeah, no, like I lost my spot and my mom was kind of like, yeah, well, you're out of shape. If you want to come running with me, I can take you running. And then I kind of was just like, ugh,
Running.
fine. And
Has your mom always run? Like,
yes, yeah, she's a runner. She ran collegiately and she like does Ironmans now.
Oh, she's in
my
her blood.
gosh.
Okay.
She's crazy.
wow.
It's in
Can we
your
talk
blood.
about? I can't say it, but like, that's amazing.
saying it.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no, she's insane. Yeah,
Yeah.
she said she like wanted to wait until she was 50 to do Ironmans because she just wanted to prove to herself that she could
She
do
could
it.
do it.
I
then.
love that.
Right?
So
I
she
really
keeps
do
up with her
love
body.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad's awesome as well. But yeah, that's definitely part of where I get that mentality. But yeah, so I had to work to come back. And then I kind of realized, oh, I'm kind of good at this also. And I'm a firm believer in developing your strengths, but also developing your weaknesses, but also developing your strengths.
Yeah.
And I was like, if this is something that I'm good at, I want to be the
Excel
best
in
at
it.
it. Yeah. And so then I kind of just took that and ran with it. And so when I went to college, like I still hold the record at my college for our fitness test. Like I was like,
Which
Wait,
fitness
I was
test?
saying, I
Which
wanna
one?
hear
Which
about
one?
this.
it was the beep.
What's your score?
It was a 50, but they did cap me. So
They did.
yeah.
She's like, yeah, they captured
could
me.
I have
could've
kept going? No one will know.
Have you ever been through like a mental block in a test, in a game, like fitness specific?
Fitness specific mental block.
No, that's okay. So if someone's like battling
Wow.
through that right now, or like they can't run or they get bored, like what would you tell them?
Yeah. I think just you can always go one more step. And so every single thing I'm like, you can always do one more rep.
And I think mindset, I think what is so special about you is that you look at things like the glass is always half full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think running is
huge.
also like a mental battle as well.
It is.
Yeah.
It's such a mental game.
And I think also sometimes thinking about the end goal, not necessarily finishing a test, but like what you want to get out of it.
Right. Like, why are you doing it? The why
Yeah.
is to why.
Yes. So
why
I
are
want
we
to look
doing
at
it?
my opponent when I'm on the field and say like, I've suffered way more than you, so you're
Yeah.
not gonna get to this ball because I'm gonna beat
Yeah,
you to it.
absolutely.
Because
The
I know that I've
controllables.
suffered worse than I have in this moment.
When I now am like, if I'm doing my, because right now, like I'm pretty much on my own when I'm training. So when I'm training on my own and I'm doing fitness, it's like, okay, I'm dying here. I want to end. But if the thing I always tell myself is if I stop now, then I have to start again later.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I could do 1, 2, 3 more reps now.
Yeah.
And I just push myself
You
that
guys
much
sound like
farther.
you'd be like perfect training partners. Like,
What's your comparison of beach soccer to?
Oh, it's so different,
I
but
would say it has to be
so
crazy.
similar at the same time. So beach soccer is 5-on-5, 4 and a goalie, and it's a smaller field. So it's like I think 40 by 30.
Is
and
the
it's-
ball in the air a lot?
Yes.
I was
So
about to ask that.
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. I actually have found like my niche of dribbling in the sand. So you're dribbling almost like these little scoops, but then being able to control the ball in the air and laying it off and finding that ball down.
Do you feel wicked fast on land?
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, watch me, watch me.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But again, it's 5-on-5, so you still have that soccer IQ. You have to be smart to play.
Right. It's like the TST. It's different.
Yeah, it's different, but
tactics
you
go into
still
it.
have the soccer IQ, a natural soccer player.
Yeah. How big is the goal?
It's almost as big as a regular 11v11 goal.
Okay.
Not quite as big, but so a lot of the goals, it's a much higher scoring game.
Oh, okay.
So you have a lot more like chilenas, you're showing bikes, everything's in the air. You can shoot pretty much from wherever because the field is shorter.
Right.
So it's 3 12-minute periods, so coming down to that fitness area.
Field, yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 12-minute periods, you sub on the fly. So like I could go in and I could sprint my butt off for like as hard as I can, chasing a player down. 30 seconds later, I can come off if I'm
It's like
dying.
hockey.
Wow.
It's like really,
Oh.
it's really like a tactical point of when do you sub on, when do you sub off. So you want to pick the right moments. You do have to definitely be fit and like
Yeah.
work on that touch and your first step and things like
It's just
that.
different.
Is it a coach
It's
that's
different.
pulling you off, or is it you being like sub?
Everything's a little bit different. So like, so I play on the national team, but then I also have clubs. So
Okay.
like in the club, I would say it's a little bit more on your own. Like sometimes we'll have a partner and like you're just kind of keeping an eye on your partner. If they're tired, you're on that line so that when they come off, they come off. But every team's a little bit different. So sometimes you do have that coach that is pulling players off at the because they want to have certain players on there.
Yeah.
Tactics.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received? It could be from a mentor, a parent, a coach, even a player.
Yeah, it could be a teammate.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, there's so many good ones. I think to appreciate every moment and like be where your feet are. Because I think
I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where big things are happening and it's like getting away from you. I mean, even being here, like signing this contract, I was so excited. And I was already thinking like, okay, well now I want to do this and setting these goals. I want to win the league and setting all of these goals for our team. And like sometimes you just have to step back and think more like in the now. Okay, well,
Right.
what can I do to get to that goal
Right,
now?
your short-term
Yeah.
objectives to help you obtain those large.
Yeah.
That is
term
huge.
goals.
And we talked about this a little before. I think that's actually what helped me get to where I am today. Because like as a kid, I wasn't thinking about playing pro and playing on the national team. I was literally just thinking about the season I'm in, the goal I'm setting right now. And then before you know it, it's the next year and the next year and next year. And I was like, oh, college is ending. No, I'm still going to keep playing.
Yeah.
And so you're focusing, like you said, on that now and being
Yeah.
present and enjoying that moment. Like it's huge. So
Yeah.
that is amazing advice.
Yeah.
What's both yours? Like, what's your why? Like, why do you do what you do?
I just love it. I love still having that competitive drive and the feeling of just being in that like environment in the game. It's like nothing else. It's like a whole different like realm. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're just in this game and it's like, okay, you walk on that field, you're playing, you're
Yeah, it's your
driven, you're
passion,
going,
it's
you're
your
passionate. Yeah,
escape.
it's just
Yeah.
a feeling. Like everything I do, no matter what it is, on the field, off the field, it's because it's what makes me happy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like you can't explain it. It's just that feeling. I get on the field and I am happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just, yeah.
What's
and I
your-
still love to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's your why?
I hate to do this, but it's literally the same. I love the game.
Yeah.
I don't know when I would ever be able to move on from it. I love the game, every aspect, the team, the wins, the grind, all of it.
the
What
team is
yours?
a big one.
My why, I would say just growing the game. I think that I had a plan, and just like every other plan, it got like pivoted really quick. I blew out my knee for the second time playing pro, but it was honestly probably the best thing that's ever happened to me because I got right into coaching, and then I saw this like realm within it and how I can inspire young ladies and just show that
Yeah.
I'm still in a male-dominated industry, even though that I coach female like soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And that shows, like we talked about this earlier as well, the hardships you have to learn from the wins, the losses, from everything. So the fact that like it was very similar to me, I started my company and getting into the realm that I'm at after a hip surgery. And I was out for a season thinking my career was done and started forming the things you always learn.
right. It's empowering. Like your
Yeah.
trials and
Yeah.
tribulations, like you learn so much from it and you just grow
So
from
much.
it.
Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to get from being sad to then viewing it in this way?
I think I needed my support system, honestly. And
Which was a big one.
I always like, there's always a plan. If one door closes, another one opens. Absolutely. And
That's exactly it.
how can you move that needle forward every day? And doesn't
Yeah.
have to be like, I'm a soccer player, I want to get better,
No.
but like in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what we do it because we're not average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not just players, we are overall athletes. It's a different mentality to just like, you can say you're a soccer player, but no, you are so much more than just a soccer player that helps you do that.
Yeah. I think anyone that's made it to like this high of a level can say that there's a need to move that needle forward every day, like you're saying. It's not even a want. It's like I can't even could stop it if I wanted
Like
to.
it's like I want to prove something.
Yeah.
I'm here to prove something, and I'm
Absolutely.
going to prove something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you also said like when one door closed, another door opens. I'm a big
Everything happens for a reason.
everything happens for a reason. I live by that. I also love meeting people and constantly saying yes to things because you never know what'll come of it.
Totally.
Like it could be a friendship, it could be a job, it could be a new opportunity, it could be a travel, it could be so many things. And I just love meeting people for that reason.
Yeah.
And I love that as well because you can learn something from everyone. That you
Yeah.
meet. It doesn't matter what it is, but just like from their past experiences or what they're like, what they know, like fully. Yeah.
So every day when you walk off the field, when you go to bed, it's like, okay, it could be a great day, it could be a bad day, it could be whatever day, but what did I take from it? What did I learn?
Right.
And like that like fuels me.
Absolutely.
I love it. Like coming in here, like getting to meet you guys, I'm like, oh, I made new friends today.
Yeah. To like pivot in a fun way, then what are your pros and cons of like coaching versus playing or things you
I think the biggest question that I get asked is, do I miss playing? Because I wanted to play until the age that I'm at right now. And I don't. I feel like that I'm leaving the game better than what I found it. And I've like that inspires me to continuously better. Like I want to be the best coach that I can be for you.
Yeah.
And for everyone on our team and for the young girls that play even within Fort Lauderdale. And Florida has given me so much. And so it's a funny story. I actually was in high school in Naples on the other coast, and there wasn't any like established league or anything like that. So you had to go and search for a quality coach and a quality team. And guess where I end up playing club? On this coast. And so it's a full life moment for me being back
where'd
on
you
this
play? What
coast.
club?
It was called the Cagliari.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was great. And it was because soccer over here, it's a cultural thing.
Yeah,
and that's not new. It's been established for a while.
Yeah.
And so when I came here, like a lot of my team spoke Spanish, and I loved that. And my coach was really demanding, and I absolutely love that. I have 3 brothers. Like I am the most competitive human on this planet. Like I am born to win. I am born to compete. And I was like,
that's the
this is
mentality.
my home. And it's crazy that I'm really calling Fort Lauderdale my home now.
Yeah.
I know. I love it.
We love that.
We appreciate your energy and your enthusiasm. And I think it's really powerful to see women coaching as well, because for a long time that wasn't the case in the US. And I think it's really important to be hearing it from you as a player. And so we know that you've been through it and like you've walked the walk. So now when you're telling us to do things, then we can
Oh, I mean,
totally
so much
listen
to
to
me.
it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
It means more because she's been through it.
Absolutely. And obviously men have as well, but it's different. I can see myself in you. I know that you've done what
There's a
I've done.
relatability piece to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Have you ever then found like on the flip side of that, someone kind of mouthing off or anything if they feel too close to you or too similar?
No, because I learned the individual, like I learned you. And so the way that I coach you is not the same way that I'm going to
So
coach someone
important.
else. And like, I'm going to learn your why, like, why do you do it? And then what buttons can I push for Delaney to get the most out of you? Like, how can I motivate you? And then obviously I'm going to instill all the tactics and like break down your game and things like that.
And that's what makes a huge, like an amazing coach is knowing each and every player and what stimulates them and gets
And
them
then
going.
I also like to ask, like, if there is a bad moment or something going on, like I take a step back too, and I'm like, why is my player feeling in that way? And I'm like, I'm concerned for you far off in the field, and so I want to like dive deeper into that, either in that moment or maybe talk to you in a little bit and understand you better and like what you're going through, because I coach, but there's so much more to coaching than just the game itself.
And if you want a player to succeed on the field, they have to be mentally good off the field as well. So like you're literally working with an entire individual. When I work with my athletes, like I work with mostly youth athletes, which is my passion, because you're building the overall individual. Like they know when they come in, like they know what their warm up is. They know how to handle themselves.
You're
in the gym.
instilling
They know
character traits.
the character traits. Yeah. And then when I get to like all put together teams of players from like Miami and Broward and make these like power teams, and they all work so well together just because they all have the same type of character traits, and they're so driven and they're so fun, and like you don't just have these. It's a character trait. We'll just go with that.
Well,
And
that's
it's
also a
huge.
culture. Like you're
you're
cultivating
creating
a
a
culture.
culture.
Yeah, that's
So as a coach, it's
Establishing
amazing.
standards.
yeah. No, that's super awesome.
I'm very, very lucky for what I do. Thank you, Delaney, so much for coming.